All right, how about some bets we can count on, Jenks? Let's look at the MLB slate, see if we can pick some winners. So first on the slate, I see this Royals and Brewers game, but I'm not seeing a pitcher listed. So let's go on to another one. Unless, do you want to talk about that game, or should we move on?
The Royals game? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, I handicapped that.
Oh, all right. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I only did 4 games, but here's what I got for you. So I saw this first one on the card because when I'm doing this on Sunday, because it's an earlier game, we knew exactly who the starting pitchers were going to be. And that always helps. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this down to 8 and go over. So Chris Bubik, normally a relief pitcher, should be a bullpen game for the Royals, unless someone tells me differently. I think we're going to get a lot of bullpen games today. On the flip side, you see Elvin Rodriguez going for the Brewers. And I was like, why can I not find any stats on him from last season? Well, that's because he played for the Yakult Swallows over in Japan. So he was really good last year. 32 games, 1.80 ERA, but he has made 8 career appearances in the majors, Chelsea, ERA of 9.55. So I need to see him get it done again at this level before I'm going to back him here. I'm going to go full game over 8 minus 140.
Yeah, when I first saw the initials, I was like, oh, Erod. Erod plays for the Brewers now? No, it's not that Erod. It's Elvin Rodriguez, not Eduardo Rodriguez. So I'm not going to be betting on this game. Like, I don't really want to count on these offenses really that much either, but I get where you're going. Speaking of totals, this next game, I saw the 2 starters and these 2 offenses, and I was like, man, this total's probably 9.5. And it was 9.5 is the total for Red Sox and Orioles. Here's your pitching matchup: Sean Newcomb, Cade Povich. I feel like we played a lot of overs when Cade Povich pitched last year for the Orioles. So, Jenks, 9.5. Is it a total too high for you, or do you think there's a different angle in this one on which you'd like to touch?
Oh, man. Good job using on which you'd like to touch. It's good. It's hard to do. Very good. Well done. I mean, I think the over's obviously the play. Total tells you that. But how do you feel about going over 9.5? I think it's the right call, honestly. And you know how the Orioles and Red Sox generally get when they play in Baltimore? They get in games where it's just a launching pad there at Camden Yards. I still kind of like the over here, honestly.
Yeah, same. I feel like 9.5 is not even high enough, but I was going to examine the total in the over at BetMGM. You can do alt totals. We did this a lot last year to where you can bump it down half a run. And let's see what a 9 for us would get. Okay, over 9 minus 150. Are we interested?
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, let's do it. As long as it's hovering around minus 140, 150, I don't mind the extra juice. I know there's some bettors who say never do that, but I'm a simple man, okay? I bet like the public does. So we did this a lot last year, like you were saying, and had a lot of success doing this. So yeah, like I feel like they can get to 9, right? The bats on both sides here? Come on. One would think.
Yeah. And here's the thing about playing it down a half run. I honestly like playing the full run totals better just because obviously if it lands 9, you get a push. That's not a loss in my book and in the book as well. So I think that's a smarter way to play it because you'd be surprised so many games kind of the totals are so sharp that sometimes it lands on exactly 9. So maybe that's going to make the card for me. All right, how about this game? Rangers and Reds. Rangers minus 120. Reds even money here at home. And total 9.5 in this one, which feels pretty high for both of these pitchers. But you should remember that both of these lineups are very good. And also the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati is very much a hitter-friendly park. People talk about, like, you know, when you play at Coors Field, obviously the altitude makes a difference. But when it comes to home run-friendly parks, Great American Ballpark, I think, is in the top 3, along with Yankee Stadium. So keep that in mind if you're playing a total in this one. But I think the interesting angle here for me is Kumar Rocker. We know he was one of the top draft picks for the Rangers, a flamethrower out of Vanderbilt. And I was looking at a strikeout prop. They just posted it, so I haven't had a ton of time to handicap it. But it's 4.5. I feel like this is a gettable number for somebody who has plus stuff, and plus the other team has not seen much of him because he doesn't have that big of a sample size, obviously. So I think the strikeout prop for Kumar Rocker is appealing here. But Jenks, what stands out to you about this game?
Well, what stands out to me is I would not bet on Kumar Rocker and the Rangers to win. If you want to look at his strikeout prop like you were talking about, I think that's fair. But I was reading about him yesterday, and I'm going to fade him here. I'm going to go with the Reds first 5 money line at even money. And, I don't know how much you want to play into what's happened during spring training, but Kumar Rocker had a really bad spring training. Gave up 8 runs in his first 2 innings with the team. It was so bad the Rangers decided they needed to work on his mechanics and reevaluate how he delivers pitches. His confidence is dropping. They feel like he's aiming instead of pitching. It was this whole thing what is going on with Kumar Rocker? He has a ton of talent, but he isn't getting it done. And the only reason why he's in the starting rotation right now is because the Rangers have injuries to their rotation. So I'm gonna back Brady Singer here. Met the Rangers last year, obviously when he was pitching for the Royals, and in 11 innings had an ERA under 2. So I'm going to fade Kumar Rocker based on spring training reports and go Reds first on money line, even money.
I think there's definitely something to that, but I think his strikeout stuff is still there because two things can be true. Obviously, if he's giving up a lot of runs, and we've seen this with young guys with good stuff in the past. Like Hunter Green's an excellent example of somebody who you can take his strikeout prop and he's still going to give up probably 3 or 4 runs, some of those being home runs. So maybe the same goes for Kumar Rocker today, but obviously remember, he needs to stay in the game long enough, and sometimes that's a sabotage factor if you are playing strikeout props. Because remember, it is a home run friendly park at the Great American Ballpark. But you're right about Brady Singer. He's a good pitcher. That's why I was kind of surprised at this total, because I kind of like the pitching matchup here. Brady Singer was one of those guys that made us a lot of money when pitching for the Royals in previous years. I know that they were sad to see him go and leaving that rotation, but he's coming to his own. I would not be shocked if he keeps the Reds in this ball game, even against a very good and talented Rangers lineup. All right, so a few more games in front of us here on the rundown. We've got a minute left. Jenks, is there any game that you want to talk about here?
Ooh, let's see. What else we got here? I will say this. Well, I'm going against that pick. I was going to go Dodgers on the run line because I've got Tyler Glass now going up against Grant Holmes. They've covered this, by the way, in 5 of their 6 games this season, or 4 of their first 5. So, 4 of their first 5. So that's been a winner for you. I will lean Astros on the money line at -120, taking on the Giants. You've got Ronel Blanco going for the Stros and Jordan Hicks going for the Giants. Ronel Blanco was awesome last year, as we know, 13-6, 2.80 ERA. Opponents batting only 186 against him in Houston. I think it's a really good price for the Astros at home. So Astros -120.
Yeah, I don't trust the Giants bullpen. That's the main thing. Jordan Hicks is pretty good. One of their more solid starters that has high-end potential. Somebody who I remember when he came up with the Cardinals, he was throwing into the triple digits. Now he's a starter, so maybe some of that gas is a little stymied there. But still, I think that I'd trust the Astros a little bit more. So maybe I would go that direction. And listen, if people want to play Dodgers run line every single day of the season, it's really hard for me to say no. Because, look at the results. The Dodgers are so good.